Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 facts about people just do nothing. Now this show is very close to my heart. I think it's going to be a cult classic, it'll be like The Office, but not many people know much about it. But thankfully I've done the research and I've listened to all the podcasts, so today we're going to get into it. Let's go. Fact number 1. You might think to yourself sometimes like, although this is a comedy, Grinder's actually a really good rapper. Well, that's because before People Just Do Nothing was released, Grinder, real name Alan Mustafa, was a real garage grime artist who goes by the name of Seeper Don.
With the bodies, letting off fuckies, it's getting mucky.
He's been quoted in his podcast as saying it doesn't actually make that much sense in the series because his character Grinder is actually supposed to be a really bad rapper and a bad artist. That's what makes it funny. But in reality, he's actually amazing, and this is how he gets to show it off. Fact number 2. So, speaking of cast members who are actually into music before the show, did you know that Hugo Chegwin, who plays Beats, was actually a successful producer before the show? He made beats for people like Tiny Temper, Emily Sandé, and even Naughty Boy. You might know this one. And fact number 3. So did you know that all of the cast were actually friends beforehand? So Asim and Hugo, Asim being Jabuddy G,
but they called me Doll Boy,
actually met at college, and this is where they started making music videos and, becoming friends and making music. Whereas Decoy and Grinder and Steve all met at a call centre. At the call centre, this is where they would make like funny calls to other people using the voices. They subsequently all got fired, but these voices and these characters is what helped them mould the characters that we know today. And that's how they became friends and started making music. Coming in at number 4. So did you know Meech, who's played by Lily Brazier, was actually the girlfriend of Steve in real life? That's played by Steve Stamp. It's actually noted that in real life, when they actually came together as a cast, Grinder, who's played by Alan, was actually so awkward that you couldn't even make eye contact with her apart from when they were doing their lines. So that awkwardness you see in the show actually seeps into real life a little bit. And coming in at number 5, speaking of Steve, did you know that Steve Stamp in real life is credited as one of the main writers of the show? So he's actually the brains behind it, even though he doesn't seem it in the show. He's actually gone on to be a successful writer for the BBC, writing in a multitude of programmes. And coming in at number 6. So most of the show is shot in West London in Brentford, but did you know in season 3 episode 4 there's a scene where they go to the pub, and I think it's called the Chiswick Arms, that's what it's called in real life, and that's what it says on screen when they go there. But did you know that pub is actually featured as the Abbey in Green Street? I don't know if you've seen that film, the film about the football hooligans, but if you actually look in the background on Green Street, you can see the famous People Just Do Nothing flats behind it. So yeah. That pub has been host to some very, very interesting British characters. Coming in at number 7. So this is actually about the People Just Do Nothing film, big in Japan. But did you know that in the film, there's a scene where Jabuddy gets drunk with a load of drunk Japanese businessmen and then leaves, them to pay the tab and whatnot. Even though most of the film was shot in Japan, that particular scene was actually shot in the Tottenham Hotspur's bar in the football stadium. So yeah, just another weird location they used to shoot. Moving on to fact number 8. Speaking of weird places for this show to pop up, in episode 8 of season 30 of all shows, The Simpsons, that's right, The Simpsons, you can actually see the People Just Do Nothing logo up in the background behind the big TV producer. I thought that one was a bit weird. You wouldn't expect it to see it in something like The Simpsons, but yeah, there it is. Coming in at number 9, so as well as looking good behind the camera and their fictional characters doing their thing in their fictional world, they've actually come into the zeitgeist to become like real artists in the real world. They've worked with people like Ed Sheeran, Stormzy, Post Malone. There's actually a really funny YouTube clip of them going to Post Malone's house. But did you know that there is a BBC One Extra clip of them working with Craig David? Now, Craig David is one, it was their idol back in the day. Hugo used to wear the jeans that Craig David would wear on telly. He mentioned it in their Chatting Shit podcast. Well, that single clip actually single-handedly brought back Craig David's career. So although they are just like sort of a mockumentary crew, they actually were single-handedly responsible for bringing back Craig David's career. And coming in at number 10, so if you're like me and you're a big fan of the show, it's actually quite gutting that it has ended. However, if you've been following all the boys on Instagram, they have been working on a new show on BBC, could be ITV, I don't know if that's right, called The Curse, and that wrapped on the 21st of October, which is, as of me filming this, was yesterday. So although, it's gutted, we love it, we love the show, we love the film, I think it's going to be really exciting to see what they come up with next when they're trying new characters who aren't, garage artists in London. And that's it for the top 10 facts. As I said, I really love this show and I'm excited to see what the boys do next. I sort of hope that the film was the last straw, and I hope they don't do like what the In-Betweeners did and just, churn out another film that's just absolutely lackluster, because they're going to struggle to sort of recreate the magic that is People Just Do Nothing. Like, I genuinely love this show, and they're actually great artists. So, you know, if you haven't seen the show, I don't know why you'd be watching this video. That's a bit weird. But please check it out. And if there's anything I've missed, let me know. And once the curse comes out, hopefully I can make a new video on that. So thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you could leave a like and subscribe below, that would be amazing. Thank you.